Glory, hallelujah. This is what we've come to do. Tear down strongholds, break the chains, bind the devil in Jesus' name. Tonight, we have a right to shake the foundation with praise. Praise him. Praise.
Monet's intentionally trying to antagonize me because it's Easter Sunday. We're recording this on Easter Sunday.
It's Resurrection Sunday. Get that right. 3 days ago, he was buried in the tomb, but on this Sunday morning, the stone rolled over. And he raised.
I have religious trauma.
He ascended into heaven.
I have religious trauma, and Monet is triggering me. And my mom called me this morning and woke me up, and I was kind of like, I cannot talk about this because we're gonna end up arguing again. Anyway, me and my mom got into an argument this morning because she didn't like that I made a joke about not believing in God on the GLAAD Awards.
Mm-hmm. What was the joke?
Lil Nas X on the screen, and she know who he was. She goes, some man, and he looked like the devil. He had the devil, and he was red. And I said, he's so fine. I almost believed in God again. And she said, I didn't like it. But that's not how she said it. She was like, I love that you did so good. Well, there was one part, but I don't want to talk about it. I didn't like it. And I was like, oh, God, well, now we have to talk about it. He goes, no.
No, we don't have to.
And then another 3 minutes of me being like, well, now you have to say it. And then she said it. And then, of course, I responded. And then she goes, I know you and Monet argue over God and about Christianity. And I said, that was a long time ago. I said, Monet used to identify as Christian back then. I don't know if she still does to this day. Do you on Easter Sunday?
That's my thing. Is that do you
on Resurrection Sunday? Do you are you Christian?
I'm religious. I'm not religious.
So what's your religion then?
My religion is just like this nebulous of I know that I acknowledge that I cannot be the greatest. Like humans are not the greatest.
Oh, we know you're not the greatest. Everyone knows you're not the greatest.
There's a higher.
We all know you're not the greatest.
What I detest.
We know the greatest is Aquarian. Now bow down to your queen.
What I detest is organized religion because I think that is toxic. It has triggers. But if people find power in outside of organized religion, having your own spiritual experiences at home, but some people have spiritual experiences having sex. Some people, I watched this whole thing. I got into a YouTube dive about how people saying that sex is actually a religious experience. Like you're getting together and you're releasing energy and you're like, so if that's your, like whatever your religious experience is, if it gives you power, work. For me, it's doing drag.
Nigga, do you think you 50 Cent?
What?
Do you think you fucking in the G unit?
G unit. We both have the
like
G.
In the last couple of episodes, Monet's been wearing nothing but tank tops like she is 50 Cent in the early 2000s. This is my first tank top in a minute.
So you started wearing them because I started wearing them.
No,
you just said I've been wearing them for the past couple episodes, so now you wearing them.
No, what happened was I literally rolled out of bed after arguing with my mother, grabbed the nearest clothes, stumbled downstairs, let you into the garage.
And then Jacob, as a week was there, Jacob was like, so you got my shirt on.
And I'm just like, it's been an onslaught for me since the time I woke up today until showing up to work.
Lucky for you, the work is at your house.
I would have came to your house if you wanted me to, if you really needed me to. Last night we talked about it, but we decided it made more sense from over here.
We did?
Yeah, last night.
For the thing we're playing later.
Yeah.
Which, okay, so today we're also doing we're doing like a little party for me on the Patreon.
It has happened by now, but yeah, we're celebrating Monet being on All Stars.
We're doing Jackpot.
Oh, we haven't. Can we say it yet?
Oh my God.
We filmed this before All Stars got announced.
But y'all said we're only picking. I think we should rotate them. It should only be 6 people the entire time. We should rotate from people different games.
Yeah, no one's arguing. No one argued that.
Well, y'all said 6 people.
We didn't say that 6 same people. Did you say that?
I thought it was going to be the 6 same people.
No, we should rotate. Give more people a chance. We should do we should play at least 3 or 4 rounds of different games. Like 3 or 4 different games.
34 rounds?
We can. I think my only concern is there's going to be a lot of downtime while we rotate people in and out.
Downtime, Abby?
Send them to Zoom.
Because it's so really special. I think we can like make it like a 5-minute.
Okay, you being on concert is not that special. I mean, really special. We didn't do a party for me being on Black Lady Sketch Show.
No, that's fair. And you didn't even tell your mom you was on Black Lady Sketch Show.
Yes, I did. Yes, I called my mom when I was at Black Lady Sketch Show.
Okay, here's the thing. I identify with that. So I do stuff all the time, and my family, they'll be like, why'd you tell me? I'm like, I posted on social media. You saw it on social media, right?
That's not okay. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I feel.
Well, I would say in my mom's defense, she did say, "Oh, you probably did tell me, but I forgot it was so long ago." Because I remember calling my mom and like I'm filming. I said, "You remember when I was on Black Lady Sketch Show? I'm on it again, and I'm filming right now." And then the next day, I came down to Georgia.
Ooh, what's that song about down to Georgia? A dance with the devil in Georgia, something like that.
You think it could be Devil Went Down to Georgia. Devil Went Down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
Yeah,
he was in a bike.
Who is that?
That's the Charlie Daniels Band.
Charlie Daniels Band. Is that a religious song? I just don't want. Is it?
No, it's not particular. I mean, it has the devil in it, but not particular. It's about a boy who is like outside like playing the fiddle. And then the devil pops up and is like, actually, I'm a really good fiddle player and I can probably play better than you. And then the boy's like, okay, well then what do you want to wager? And the devil's like, if you win, I'll give you this fiddle and it's made of pure gold. But if I win, I want your soul. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the devil starts playing, and the devil's actually a really good fiddle player. He's actually like, we're like, oh my God, the devil has an entire band. Like he starts playing, and then like this demon starts playing the piano, and then it starts playing like the bass, and the devil goes off. And then Johnny, even though he's doing a really good job, Johnny's kind of like, pff, like the whole time, Johnny's like, pff. And then when devil finished, Johnny said, that's pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there, let me show you how it's done. Then he played Devils on the House of the Rising Sun.
And then the kid was
chicken in the bread pan picking out dough. And ready to your dog bite, no child, no. And then of course Johnny with no band just fucking shreds the devil to lettuce, honey. And then the devil bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat, and he laid the golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. And Johnny said, "Devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been."
These are all the lyrics from the song. I'm assuming.
Some of the lyrics. It's one of my favorite songs.
The devil went down to Georgia.
No, devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot, and the devil jumped upon a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, then I'll make a bet with you. Now you play a pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul because I think I'm better than you." The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take that bet you're gonna regret because I'm the best that's ever been."
We got it. You are so country. Sometimes I get a peek into how country and southern you are, and it really tickles me.
And sometimes we get a peek into how sweet St. Lucia is. a little peek. And I want to point out right now, this is so vindicating for me because when I met Monét, and we've talked about this on the podcast, I said, "Monét, you have a Caribbean accent." Monét assured me that she has never had a Caribbean accent, does not have a Caribbean accent, does not know what a Caribbean accent is. And then we found a clip, and that's how Monét used to sound when we first hang out.
Okay, and I'm telling you,
that video. That's how Monét sounded when we hung out.
Okay, now let y'all know. Okay, first of all, everyone's like peeking into my trauma. First of all, when I first moved,
the trauma of you winning,
the first trauma of my accent. Let me tell you the story. When I first moved to America, and I came here when I was in 4th grade, 9 years old, I got made fun ad nauseum about my accent. People would it was really bad.
It's a black school. Yeah, if you have an accent, don't go to a black school.
Bitch, it was a mixed school, so little white niggas making fun of me too. I was a fat 4th grade kid. I was clearly bigger than everyone else in my grade. I was taller than everyone else. I'm trying to offer you some comfort. I was missing a tooth, and I had this crazy.
So you know the trauma of missing teeth. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, and I had this accent like this in fucking Gwinnett County, at Atlanta. Looking crazy.
This wasn't in Clayton County. They would have lit you up.
When I went to New York, I still had this because I moved to New York a year later because June was an unfit mother.
Bitch, when I moved to New York, you still had the accent.
Exactly. So I worked really hard to get rid of my accent because it was so embarrassing and people would make fun of me really hard for it. So that's so. But when I go hang out with my family in St. Lucia, where I do family functions, that I don't intentionally put the accent on. It just like comes out, just talking to people, just like when you go with your Southern people, your shit comes out, it just comes out.
I was just gagged that when I met you and I mentioned you had an accent, you were like, absolutely not.
Because I have trauma, because I was like, oh my God, is this nigga gonna start making fun of my accent that I have? I didn't know you, bitch.
Oh my God. And this is what all stemmed from this one time on there was at Boots and Saddle. And this guy was like lusting after Monét. He was like, because I was out of drag. So he knew that I knew the drag queen because I was like grabbing tips and stuff like that. And then he was like, man, what's that one drag queen name? And I said, which, do you remember this? And I said, which one? And he said, the Jamaican one. And I said, I said, who? He said, you know, the Jamaican one, the thick one. I said, Monét. No, Monét's not from Jamaica. Monét's from St. Lucia. And he was like, I don't know, man. I love that Jamaican drag queen.
And Jacob was trying to make me relive my trauma on international internet.
Jacob did not bring any of this. Oh,
he has the video. Jacob do. The sneaky little boyfriend, girl. The sneaky little boyfriend.
But I will say your accent has gone down since I've known you.
Oh yeah, because I actually work because I don't want to have that accent because people make fun of me.
Well, that was kids.
That was also the year that no one came to my birthday party. I had a lot of trauma in my 9th year of life. I have a lot of trauma in my life.
Poor Monét. I'm so sorry.
Now
look how many people come to you. Oh, you know what? I'm going to throw you a surprise birthday party one year.
I don't want a surprise birthday party.
I'm not asking permission. And then everyone's going to come.
That would be,
and you'll be so happy.
You know, I'm you know.
Wait, what was the party theme again? Was it McDonald's party? I've had McDonald's parties. A
McDonald's party? Why would you think that I wanted a McDonald's party?
I thought you said it was McDonald's party.
No, it was at the clubhouse of the leasing office.
Was there a theme or anything?
No, it was no theme. It was had balloons and stuff.
Bitch, I'm going to find a clubhouse, and we're going to have a party at a clubhouse.
In Atlanta.
Also, leasing office clubhouse, that's a thing in Atlanta. I don't know if it's a thing outside Atlanta, but like,
it's definitely.
Also massive apartment complexes.
Oh, yeah, huge.
And also, you think they're fancy. They're not fancy.
They're not.
I remember telling, I don't know who I told, maybe Jacob or Ezra. I was like, oh, yeah, there was a tennis court, a pool, a volleyball court, and a clubhouse. Fancy. And they were like, oh my God. I was like, no, whatever you think it is, get that out of your brain.
Yeah.
And then I took them down by the place and they were like, oh,
yeah.
The ghetto.
I wish I remembered, I wish I could remember like the details from like, I would love to go back and see what it is. If it's still there or anything. I was like, girl, that was the year I first moved to America, like in the transition moving from my.
So when did you move to St. Lucia?
When I was like 6 months old.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was there for 6 months. So like my act that was my voice. I did not have an American accent ever. I had like that was my first type of voice was speaking like a St. Lucian. And then so that was that transition year when they were
like to imagine a little 6-year-old with a little Brooklyn accent, like wham nigga wham, wham nigga wham.
But so I was like wah,
what you whining for? Whining what? Babies don't, Caribbean babies don't whine, they dirty whine. Caribbean babies dirty whine.
You're so silly. That was a transition year. Oh, but back to moms. So I would say, so Bob, you talk to your mom at least once a day. Like every if we hang out for a whole day, I feel like at one point you would talk to your mom that day.
Don't tell my mama that. She swore we speak every fortnight.
So that's why I'm like, if your mom had music and shoot, but I talk to my mom once, maybe once a week.
And almost I was like, I will be talking to Monét now, and Monet's phone be like, by the way, Monet's phone has the strongest vibrate. This whole house be moving when Monet's phone vibrates. And then I look down and it says mommy. I'm like, Monét, and Monét be like,
that's not true.
And I'm like, when I answer,
we're hanging out, we're busy, and then if I answer the phone, Bob like, Monét, you can't answer the phone in the middle of the room. Go somewhere else.
Okay, no, it's different. I always say when I answer the phone, when your mom calls, answer the phone. I always say answer the phone when your mom calls, and Monét be like, I'll call her back.
And I do call her back. What you call her?
In a week.
No,
I'll call her. But and my only thing is, I think that when you're in a room with people, in my opinion, and I always do this, unless the person wants to speak to everyone, I leave the room to talk on the phone. That makes perfect sense to me. Monét will sit in the middle of the room with her Brooklyn ass mouth.
That is not true.
Yeah, son. It's your boy.
Y'all not even talk like that. I don't even talk like that.
You never said son.
I say son, but that's not how I talk my everyday language. I talk like this.
Like
bitch, what, a brown person? Because in your hand, that's brown. That ain't white. Like a Latinx person?
It's so shady.
Look at me, look at side by side. My head is white, you're Latinx.
Yeah, my hand is very dark.
Well, you talking like a Naomi?
Not laughing at my skin trauma. I have skin trauma, Monét. So I tell you one time when I used to work with kids. I used to go from school to school teaching kids how not to get bullied. And
you were going to schools to teach kids how not to get bullied. How old were these kids?
Usually up to like 5th grade, maybe.
Word. But
usually like kindergarten. It's a skill you want to teach them in kindergarten. We also taught them about recycling. So most of what we taught was about bullying and about environmental awareness. And I told you one of the rules, I think we talked this before, is say what you see, say how you feel. No, say what you see, say how you feel, and say what you want.
Say how you see, feel.
Say what you see, say how you how you feel, say what you want. So you'll say, Monét, you're making fun of me.
So I see you
making fun of me. I don't like that. And I want you to stop.
Got it.
Say what you see, say how you feel, say what you want. We teach kids this. And we take practice. So we bring kids up and we make fun of them. And I bring up like little Kevin. I'd be like, and I would play the bully. And I'd be like this, right?
You were playing the bully?
And I go, hey Kevin, I saw your family drop you off in that really ugly car. Are you guys poor?
That's what the kids would talk to each other?
This is what I would say to them in their practices. Are you guys poor?
Not about making active observations about the kids.
No, this was not. It wasn't. No.
Hey, Rachel. I saw your mom drop in that stupid looking Subaru.
No, I wouldn't.
With your dead ass daddy.
yeah, and that Subaru. Your mama lesbian, lesbian ass mom. No, we would do the same one for everyone.
Okay, got it.
So anyway, you ready? Here we go. Hey Kevin, I saw your family drop you off in that really ugly car. It was like so old. Are you guys poor? You're poor, right?
Bob.
Because your clothes don't look nice either. Oh my God, they're so bad.
Bitch, fuck you. Bitch, I saw your mother drop
No, let's try it again. Say what you see. Let's go back and say what you see. Hey, Kevin, so is it the same shirt you wore yesterday? Do you guys not have laundry in your house?
I see that you're jealous as fuck. And yes, we do have laundry.
Let's try to do it without cursing now. Let's try to do it without cursing. Just say what you see. Try to base off my actions. Because you're assuming that I'm jealous.
Okay.
Let's just base off our actions. So, Kevin, like, oh my God. Are those Bobos? Are your shoes Bobos?
I see you looking at my shoes.
I am. I'm looking at them because they're so ugly. You look so bad.
Bitch, and your brother is ugly as hell.
All right, let's have Kevin have a seat. Anyways, so one time I did this to this little girl and I went, oh my God, good job. And I went to go high five her and this little, I can call her a bitch now because she's probably an adult.
Listen, I've called children bitches all
this little bitch. I'm gonna show you. Go high five. And she goes, and she goes, your hands are dirty. And I said, my hands aren't dirty. And she goes, they're so dirty. And I said, no, I'm black, baby.
How was she a white girl?
I said, I see that you're
a bitch.
Being a nasty little short bitch. I feel like the only black person in the Tri-County area. And I want you to go home.
She's like, your hands are dirty.
She said, your hands are dirty. I said, no, my hands aren't dirty, babe. I'm dark skinned. So my hands are darker than yours.
Got it.
So you see how the outside of my skin is darker than yours. The inside of my hand is also darker than yours too. Isn't it weird that white people, their hands are essentially the same size, same color on both? That is wild.
That is wild.
You ever look at white people and you be like, this is
a genetic anomaly.
This whole thing. Y'all's hair. This is wild that your hair grows out of your head like this. It is just.
Bitch, no, that's Dewan. Dewan has, when I say, no signs of slowing down. Just.
No, not how much hair, but like the fact that it's just so like thin and like it lays over. It's like. The way my hair grows out, like, I mean, I have slave hair. It is like a Brillo pad. My hair literally looks like cotton when it grows. So I'm just so shocked when I see white people's hair and it just like looks like, it's so weird. And white people are wild. Can't be in the sun.
I know. I was like, well, I was talking about going to Tennessee. I was like, Patty, do you think you could, because I was like, you know, my mom has a house out there and we were talking about.
Which house?
The one in which one?
Because your family has one.
We do have two, but the one. Well, okay, one is
not
also,
me joking.
Okay, but one is also my grandmother's house. But my grandmother's living because I told you she's 89 years old, so now she's living at my mom's house up north. My grandmother, she worked to have her home that she's so.
It was just the immediate reaction. You'd be like, yeah, well, we have two. Yeah, my mother has two houses. Yeah.
God. What is my grandmother's house? What is my mom's house? Anyway, my grandmother's selling her house. And I was like, Patty, what if I just ended in moved to She was like, I'll come. I was like, Patty, you cannot live in St. Lucia. You cannot be on the sun, girl.
Well, Patty's from Mississippi. The sun is bold in Mississippi.
I guess that's true, but Patty doesn't go out like going out in the sun.
That's true.
Yeah.
The comments on your TikTok are wild. If you always go to the comment section of Monet's TikToks, it is so this shit.
On my TikTok specifically?
Yes.
About what? Which
anything.
one?
Like there's one where where Monet's mom is like, call me. And then Monet's like, I'm at work.
Oh.
And then
no. It was, I was like, when your mom doesn't realize that you have a world-renowned podcast, something like that.
Yeah, and she was like, I don't care if you podcasting with Obama. Call me back, which is such a black mom thing to say. I don't care if you sitting with Barack Obama. I don't care if you. My mom used to always say this. My mom she would like walk to the store for a second. Me and my brother be home by ourselves, and she go, "Don't answer the door for nobody. I don't care if Jesus Christ knock on the door. Don't answer. Tell Jesus wait till my mama come back."
So do you think that in her mind that's a little like, I know Jesus is not real. I know it won't happen. You see what I'm saying?
No. Not Martha. Martha believes. Martha be dead ass serious about believing.
Okay.
Anyway, so but the comments underneath are all just like, Monet, she's trying to call you to tell you that the maid fell from the eighth story.
You have done this on this podcast. This is why you have done this on this podcast.
She's trying to tell you that the maid got run over by the chauffeur.
Every time I post something, they always talking about the maid this and that, made that.
Oh, when Monet posted a picture with her parents.
Was Julietta holding the
I said POV. Julieta's holding the camera. Not do one with the maid.
When I was there, when I was in St. Lucia, I wanted to find Julietta so bad and just be like, because everyone swears.
Bitch, if you found Julietta, that shit.
I don't think. I asked my mom. Julieta's not around anymore. I mean, she doesn't know. She's not in contact. She's not in contact with my family.
Julietta got whacked, girl. Julietta
moved on to her own thing.
Yeah, moved on to glory. Julietta flew too close to the sun. Julietta flew too close to the sun. Don't fuck with the Bertons.
Oh my God!
Don't you ever come for the Bertons, honey?
I want you to come to St. Lucia so bad. I want you to come to St. Lucia so bad.
Bitch, I was free this last time. Bitch, I was free, honey. I was sitting here the whole time, looking at Jacob and Ezra.
I think you would love, but you don't like.
Your family would love me.
My family would. My family would love you.
As moms love me. I don't know what it is. Moms love me. You know what it is? I'm mom handsome. I am mom handsome.
I don't think your mom handsome.
No, I'm like, but it's different. Like something about the way I look. Moms are like, you are so handsome. Specifically, moms. I don't know what it is.
But I just don't know what you would do in St. Lucia, like, because you don't like going to the beach.
I would go to the beach though.
But I'm saying like we're just like on the beach like drinking and like stuff all day. That's not your vibe. There's a lot of good food though. I gained 7 pounds in St. Lucia. I was eating literally nonstop.
It's okay. I went and got fitted. I went and got some measurements done yesterday by Domino because we're going back to work here, and I somehow through dieting and gaining and losing, I have managed to get right back to where I ended the season. Because your girl was.
Well,
thick.
you lose weight really quickly in like the past 2 weeks. Like from the time I left Sunshine and came back, now you like lost so much weight. It's kind of
one thing about that video of me and you, I can never forget that picture. I mean, that picture of me and you, I will never forget this picture. It was a picture that we got in trouble for. You got us in trouble with World of Wonder. We took it at Celebrity Drag Race. Me and when they were still on the table, I was wearing the only dress from Ross.
Oh, we were on the table.
On the table.
we were scissoring.
And when they showed the picture, and I was like, who is that fat drag queen hugging Monet? Bitch, it was me. Bitch, it me. It me.
We need to get a show a little bit. Bitch, they went on a goose shit to find out who took that picture of us.
And we don't even remember who took it.
I don't remember at all.
You know, Katie's leaving. She might be leaving Drag Race.
Why?
I think she got a better offer.
Good for her.
Yeah,
but because she had to level up. She used to be a PA, and she was like the head talent wrangler person. Then she started working Challenge.
Yeah, I think she's gone over to like sports or something.
Work.
Yeah, her and I were
y'all
DMing.
talk? Y'all keep in touch?
No, we were just DMing. I just saw on her story. You know, I follow her on Instagram, and I saw her on
word.
her story that she was like, "This might be my last season. Might be the last season I've worked on."
Wow.
I was like, "Oh my god," because she was the PA when I was there.
Really?
Yes, girl.
that's
I was
a
her first
long
season.
time. Wow. She's so sweet too.
Very, very sweet.
Very kind. Very,
Yeah.
very, very kind. A lot of people left. Raina left. She works on The Bachelor now. She's always trying to rope us in to do something. We were supposed to do something together, but that didn't end up happening. And me and Shay did something on The Bachelor.
You and who?
Raina, remember Raina? Little Raina, cute Raina, with shows that dress, black girl, very gorgeous.
Oh, she wasn't there my season.
She wasn't there your season, but she did drag on UK.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also funny when you work on these things. All these people who work behind the scenes in LA, they're all like very talented filmmakers in their own regard. And they're like a PA on this show, and then they see you there real, and you're like, oh my god, you are very talented.
Yeah, bitch. Now that I can say it, bitch. So I did going back to the All Star 7. It was like a different. Not completely different, but there were like a lot of different like for example, Duncan wasn't there anymore. There was a new first AD. There's a new second AD.
Duncan was AD.
Yeah, Duncan.
My season, Duncan was first camera.
No, like he was the telling everyone what to do. Is that what that's called?
Oh, Duncan. I'm thinking Wintergreen. What's Wintergreen's name?
Sarge.
Sarge.
Yeah,
Sarge first AD. It's first camera.
Yes, Sarge is still there. Jake is still there.
But yeah, Duncan's gone.
Duncan's
baby steps.
Gone. Yeah, baby steps. So now it's this woman named Anna. This beautiful woman named Anna. She's Swiss. She's Swiss, and she's so.
Is she
funny.
tall?
She's tall, blonde. She has,
if you've ever been to Switzerland or anywhere in the Netherlands, these niggas are
tall,
massive. I mean, like, not me looking eye to eye with every citizen, every man, woman, and child. Why am I eye to eye with a 5-year-old? This is crazy. This is wild.
And Anna, so it's those different people, whatever. And then so when we got released from that, it was like late August. We finished taping, and I went to Mickey's somewhere in like October, and I saw like mad people who were on set. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It's like the first time you see your teacher.
Yes, outside of school. It's like seeing your teacher at the supermarket. You're like,
Miss Johnson,
you're a real person.
Miss Johnson, what are you doing? I remember the first time. I will never forget the first time I saw my teacher in the 90s walking through the mall, and I saw her walking through the mall smoking a cigarette.
Oh, because you can smoke inside.
And I was like, then. You fraud ass fake bitch. Because I remember like just earlier week she was telling us about how we shouldn't smoke and how smoking's bad. And this bitch is up here just like walking through the mall smoking a fucking cigarette. She's my second grade teacher. I will never forget that. I was like, Mom, this bitch is a fraud.
Yeah, when you see teachers outside of school, it's always so trippy. I'm always like, this is so weird. You feel like you're not supposed to see them, and I used to get super nervous and super scared. But my mom in St. Lucia is.
You know, Mary Jo's gonna turn us on this episode, girl.
Mary Jo, why is she a teacher?
She's the mom.
Oh, she's a mom.
She gonna turn on us on this episode, girl. We lost her this one.
Oh, I wonder, Mary Jo. Do you? How are Mary Jo's kids like out of the house?
Yeah, they're like your age.
Okay, Mary Jo, like, do you talk to your kids every day? Comment. You will comment. Do you talk to them every day? How often do you talk to them? Do you make them call you? I want to know. I would not be that.
Mary Jo's gonna send us a picture of both her kids like this by the shirt,
by their ponytails.
Say hey,
Swig
say hey to the siblings.
And I say to Bob, like you're gonna parent similar to your parents. For example, my adopted grandmother, she talks to my adopted mom like every day, like multiple times a day. Even when they were living together, she called like every hour. And in turn, that's how my mom was with me. But I'm not the same way. I feel like Jacob confirm this. Bob, you are going to be how Martha Caldwell is. You're going to call your kids every hour on the hour. That's good. That's the kind of parent you're going to be. 100%. I can. Jacob knows better.
Have you heard about the sneakers?
What sneakers?
Martha Caldwell sneakers.
No, tell me about the sneakers.
This is the most Bob thing ever.
Tell me.
So I was talking to my mom. I was in the car talking to my mom because I talk to my mom all the time, and we were just talking and we were just catching each other up on each other's lives. And she goes, she just readily said, I forgot to tell you, I'm designing sneakers now.
What?
I said, wait, what? She goes, yeah, I've decided that I am now designing tennis shoes.
This is you.
And I said, what do you mean? Are you mean? Because my mom is pretty good with computers. Like, are you like on like doing like a graphic design and they mail you the shoes?
She on Procreate?
Yeah. So are you like? And she goes, no. I am like I'm painting the shoes. Like I get the I strip the leather. I buy the paint. I paint the shoes.
Get the shoes, baby. Get the shoes.
So I sent my mom a pair of Air Force Ones, and I was like, hey, hook me up. So maybe on season 3 of We're Here, y'all will see me with a fresh pair of Martha kicks, honey.
That is you. I feel like I've had this conversation with you before about your own project.
So if you want a pair of my mom's shoes,
Martha's shoes,
and you're comfortable waiting 3 months for a pair for one pair of shoes. They bring scenarios to life with immersive soundscapes and characters. No matter who you're into or what turns you on, find stories about that intriguing coworker with a British accent or hooking up with your hot yoga instructor. They even have stories designed specifically for your zodiac sign.
New content is released every week, so in between listening to your favorite stories again and again, you can always find something new to explore. Dipsy also has sleep stories, wellness sessions, and now they also offer written stories.
It is your go-to place to spice up your me time, explore your fantasies, or heat things up with a partner. For listeners of this podcast, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/rivalry. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/rivalry. That's dipsystories.com/rivalry.
Get your Dipsy on, darling.
Do you remember the movie Barbershop? I used to love the movie. I'm not used to. I still love Barbershop. It was such a great film. I feel like there's such a different, like old, like the early 2000s black movies, like Brown Sugar.
Well, a lot of the
Barbershop.
stuff probably wouldn't fly today. I mean, there's a big chunk of Barbershop where Cedric Montana just goes in on Martin Luther King. You remember that?
Yeah, but I watched it. I watched it recently. I don't think it's problematic.
I haven't seen it in a long time though.
Yes, that's not problematic. It was when he said something about OJ. Oh, no, he was like, you know, when OJ did it, and was like, oh.
Actually, I think a really good iteration of how they switched it around was when you watched Coming to America 2 or Coming to America.
Yeah.
And they have the barbershop scene again, which is pre the movie Barbershop.
Did they?
Yeah. So
like the Coming to America Barbershop.
yeah, where Eddie Murphy plays like an old Jewish guy and some other.
You know, it was years I did not realize that was Eddie Murphy.
Oh really?
I did not realize that was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he's one. If the man wants to be called Muhammad Ali, you call the man Muhammad Ali. Yeah. So they redid the scene, which was so weird. Why would this Jewish guy be working in a black barber? I think the Jewish guy's a patron.
In New York, there's always in a room full of black people. There's always a one white person that's there, like the down white person.
Yeah, so it's like this old Jewish guy just hangs out at the barbershop, and so Eddie Murphy comes back to get a haircut, and they start making fun of stuff, and then he comes in, so they start doing some African jokes about him. They're like, "Oh, Lion King is back," all this stuff, and then one of them makes the joke about the kids with the flies, and then Eddie Murphy's character's like, "Hey, listen, that's
yeah, I remember that.
That's you don't went too far, man. We don't make fun of that kind of stuff," which is a really great take on PC culture, I think.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I was thinking in these movies like The Nutty Professor, like Coming to America, when Eddie Murphy plays all these characters.
Bitch, do you remember Eddie Murphy has predicted a lot of stuff. Eddie Murphy also, the Nutty Professor scene is basically Will Smith, Chris Rock.
Which one? Which Nutty Professor?
When Dave Chappelle comes out and
in the club.
Dave Chappelle comes out and makes fun of
Eddie Murphy,
and then he gets really sad, and then Eddie Murphy gets skinny, and then he comes back, and then he beats him up.
Yeah, he beats him up. Okay, well, that's not predicting. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when he filmed these movies, could you imagine how long that takes? First of all the makeup to different characters. Bitch, what if you think you got all the shots, but you forgot? Then later, it must take him forever to make these movies.
It's probably a couple of days per scene.
Which is crazy.
Well, I imagine
weeks.
I imagine some of the prosthetics probably
just like Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, I was gonna say some of the prosthetics probably you can probably change because like some of them are like if they're in a fat suit and then you can like change the wig and then you go from being maybe the aunt to the niece or maybe being from the grandpa to the maybe there's a chance that because like you and I we've both done a thing. Am I allowed to say that you shot your looks for season 7?
Yeah.
So Monét and I both this thing. We both actually very similar. We both shot all. I shot my looks for We're Here. Monét shot her looks for All Star 7 in 2 days basically. Yeah. But you just slightly change your makeup like a little here and there to do all the looks. I didn't do my own makeup. I had someone else do mine.
I know. I hate that. That is the most exhausting part of it. But I'm saying, but that was like his thing because the Nutty Professor, Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps, Norbit, Coming to America.
There's another movie called The Clumps.
Yeah, I believe so. It's not Professor, not Professor, and then the
Well, they are the Clumps. The family's the Clumps.
But I feel like they had their own movie, didn't they?
I don't probably.
And then Norbit coming to America. It's like his thing. Is there another actor that does that? I can't think of one.
I mean, Martin Lawrence was doing it for a little bit.
He did.
And
Martin Lawrence.
Adam Sandler did it in like one movie, I think, where he was Jack and Jill. He played twins.
I don't remember.
It was not well received. Okay. He played a set of fraternal twins.
Adam Sandler used to be the man. Okay, not used to be. It probably is. But you remember those years when Adam Sandler would have a movie every year. Big Daddy, Little Nicky, A Happy Gilmore. Like he was, and then he just kind of stopped.
Well, you know, things go in and out of vogue. You know what I mean?
True.
Same with Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah. You know, but I also love those.
Martin
Lawrence, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy still puts out stuff pretty regularly.
Does he?
Coming to America.
Bitch. And what else?
I love those casts of movie people that use the same people all the time. Adam Sandler did that. All of his movies had like the same 6 people always being like Rob Schneider, all the other guys. We should do that.
Yeah, I really want to make a movie, and we know we're in the. We found out that making a movie is really interesting.
We found out that
bitch. We found out because we started even the process
just getting
of
a
writer was was wild.
Yeah, no, I said a movie would be taking so long, and why people would be just no, because you still have to adapt the book into a movie, to a screenplay, and I get all that. But I guess starting with like a foundation, something that's already written, may be a bit easier to transition.
Why do we not get what happened with that writer we were talking to?
I don't know. Like our agents they're supposed to. Girl, I don't know. Maybe ICM could help us.
Or maybe they got busy and that writer ended up.
I saw him in something recently, so maybe he got busy doing it. I saw him in like a TV show.
Probably, yeah.
As like a regular, so maybe he was like, "Bitch, I ain't trying to write no Sibling Rivalry."
Maybe it'd be a hit movie.
I think so. And we want to play all the characters. We want to play a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
So which would make it so long to film.
But for us, it'd be the standard for what we do, getting in and out of drag. You know what I mean?
We also have to get multiples of the same prosthetics because they rip and shit when you take them off.
Well, not all have to be prosthetics though.
True.
You know what I mean? We want to play like little kids.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a great movie.
It would be really fabulous. I see you put your little earrings in.
Yeah, I put them in right in front of you.
Did you?
I went right there and I grabbed them and I sat right here and I put these earrings on. Why is that so funny to you? Why is it so funny?
Right there, right in front of you.
Also, so yesterday I was trying to get Monét and Patty to do the Queen of the Night aria.
Oh, I can't. But that is like a coloratura. Like, well, it is for a dramatic soprano, but it is very. I don't have that dexterity up there.
Well, I tried to do it and it really hurt my voice.
And I told you not to do it, but you still did it anyway.
And
then you're gonna go do it again.
No, I'm not. I'm still coughing from yesterday when I tried to do this thing.
Bob, you need to speak and sing healthily. You don't. It's like you don't want to.
I literally just one time did one thing
because you're not doing it healthily, so it's not going to be.
It was like for literally 3 seconds.
How big or robust do you think your vocal cords are? Do you think they're like fucking biceps, bitch? They're like the size of a dime.
When it was 3 seconds.
It was not 3 seconds. It was like 10 seconds.
Oh my God. This lady is over here screaming and doing it.
Because she trained her voice to do
fucking
it.
4 nights a week. Bitch,
yeah, 5 nights. Operas aren't like Broadway. They don't do 8 nights a week. They do like maybe 5. And then they'll be like
and they rotate.
No.
They don't rotate?
I mean, they can. Of course, they have understudies just like any other thing. But, bitch, if I'm paying the Met to go see Diana Damrau, I better see Diana Damrau.
What if you know on one days it's not Diana, it's like
right.
Amber Damrau, her sister.
We got to go see an opera together.
Okay.
I met this guy out. Johnny Wujek was on what night it was when Dewan was here. I went to go see. Went out with Dewan and WeHo. Which I hate going out. Do you like going out?
Which you went out last night, didn't you?
No, we didn't go.
Oh, I was. We were at the photo shoot. Monét's like, let's go dance at disco meat.
No, that was Patty, and I was
meat
like,
party.
That was Patty, and Andy wanted to go, and I was like, I guess I can muster it up. I hate going out, you know this. It's not like I don't. It's just the rigmarole of going out, and you have to like stand in like the long ass line, and people are coming up to you sweaty and high, and being like, I like
going to shows
because you can sit down and and like, chill.
That's my thing. If you invite me to show a little bit, like, honestly, going out to dances has really been spoiled for me.
I was when Dewan was here. We went to the new club Heart, and on Sunday nights, it's like Black Night at Heart.
Lance Bass doesn't own that club. Just kidding, go ahead.
It's like the Black Night at Heart, and I was the bitch. I was
Black
like
Heart.
Black Heart. It's called Legacy or something like that, and it was like packed like this, like wall to wall. But it was so great seeing like all these like black gays up in WeHo, and just like I was like,
Did they do it? Was it a show or just a party?
it was just a party.
Right.
It's called Legacy Sundays. I think it was. It was really cute.
Oh, that sounds very, very cute.
Yeah.
I have a dream
A fever dream.
that me, you, and maybe 2 other queens open up a club.
I'm down. We should have bought Heart.
I think we can
Bitch,
still,
if we'd have bought Heart, would have been turning the party.
we can still get Flame and Saddles.
Oh yeah, we should do that. How much is it for sale?
Well, that's not for sale. You would release it.
No, but I think
They're not selling the building.
They're not.
No.
Oh.
But, girl, you would not sell a building on that strip. Girl, the amount of money you would make on that fucking you let that accrue.
Damn. Well, what if Forrest really gave them an offer they couldn't refuse?
What if you wouldn't want to buy it? Trust me, you don't want to buy it. You don't want to invest all your money in the actual club itself.
True.
And also, I think that if me, you, and 2 other massive queens like Trixie and Bianca or something went in on this club together, we wouldn't have to put any of our money in it because there would be so many people like lining up to invest.
Serve vodka. Bitch, what's funny?
You're the way you said that was so ridiculous.
I'm really down. I would love to have a bar, but I just get so nervous with things like bars because from some of our friends that have bars, but it can't be true because bitch, they all turn in the party. They always say liquor's where it's at. Like, no, I'm sorry, to not have food. Like you shouldn't have like food at a bar because food doesn't really generate money. It's only liquor sales, really.
Yeah, I mean, well, the markup on alcohol is
Crazy.
Is a lot higher than it is on.
You buy a wholesale bottle of Grey Goose, you buy like what 30 bottles, whatever. You really pay like maybe $7 per bottle, but you sell $8.
I don't think it's that low.
Not that low, but you're selling. But a drink in WeHo, bitch, is $12, and the bottle does not cost $12.
You know, for sure, a bottle of like if you go to the store and buy a bottle of Grey Goose, it's like $30-$40.
And how many?
Depending on obviously the size of the bottle.
Yeah, and you're getting at least like 50.
I mean, also. Tell me you haven't bought a bottle of Grey Goose in 15 years.
Grey Goose probably like 45.
It's been years since I've purchased a bottle of alcohol.
When you drank, did you like what was your?
I've told you this 1,000 times.
Yeah, I always forget though.
Jim Beam whiskey sour.
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Was that brown liquor?
It's whiskey.
Whiskey. So you like?
It's technically bourbon.
So you like bourbon and gin?
No, it's a Jim Beam whiskey sour.
So
it's just whiskey with a little bit of like margarita mix in it.
So you like brown, like you didn't like tequila and vodka.
I would drink tequila and vodka too, but my preferred drink was usually a whiskey sour.
Whiskey sour.
If I were to say drinking long enough, I probably would have switched to a vodka soda.
Right.
To try to like.
I love a vodka soda.
Because the whiskey sour has a lot of sugar.
Bitch. I used to.
You're drinking a glass of Kool-Aid with some whiskey in it.
When I first started like drinking, like as an adult, which I was drinking since I was like 11, 12.
Well, you have a torrid history.
What do you mean?
And then when I mentioned, you'd be like, "Well, I wasn't that wild." You were drinking at 11.
When I say drinking, like again, it's a very West Indian thing. Like if we're at like a family function, and I would like sip out of my mom's glass, and it wasn't like a don't do that. It was like,
and your mom knew.
Yeah, it's a very West Indian thing.
Would she give you the glass?
Yeah, if I would be there and I would like, and she like give me like a little sip.
So just to clarify, when did you start? There's drinking and getting drunk. When did you start getting drunk?
Oh, not until like maybe like high school. But as a kid, like when I was like 11, 12, I would like think my mom would give me like a little sip of her beer. Yeah. But again, I think that because of that, that's why I never grew up being like, I want to go get wasted. Like it was never, because alcohol was never this thing like I had to seek out. Because
that's probably not why you don't want to get wasted. You probably don't want to get wasted because you don't have a predisposition to wanting to get wasted. I'm sure a lot of people from St. Lucia did that and ended up having drinking problems.
I don't know any alcoholics in St. Lucia.
That's okay. Let's just keep moving.
I don't know any alcoholics in Lucia.
Okay, that doesn't mean there's not alcoholics in Lucia.
I know, but I'm just saying I don't know any. But I know a lot of alcoholics in America.
You probably do know alcoholics in St. Lucia. You probably don't know they're alcoholics.
Mm-mm.
There are alcoholics in St. Lucia, I promise.
I'm sure there are. Andy looked this up. There are no AA meetings in St. Lucia. They got a single AA. Not a single one.
That doesn't sound.
Call Andy. Actually, no, sorry.
They have AA meetings on the moon.
We looked it up. There is one AA meeting, and the last time they updated was in 2018.
Well, usually probably it's the same meeting every week.
No, Andy. You know, Andy is like the sober man. He has sober friends all over the world, and he was like, "Girl, what is going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's not a thing in St. Lucia."
Work. I cannot believe that I would. My mom, obviously, we weren't allowed to drink. My mom doesn't drink.
You're right.
And I was certainly not allowed to drink out of anyone's drinks as a kid.
If you're West Indian and like that's your experience, can you comment below and how that affected you as an adult or as a college person drinking?
My mother also has a inherent problem with me drinking out of other people's drinks. My mom thinks that I go around just drinking out of everyone's drinks. Like
now and as an adult?
As an adult. My mom thinks that like if you put a drink down near me, I'm gonna pick up your drink and drink it.
Like alcohol?
No, like any glass. My mom thinks that like if you are with me and you have a drink and you put it down, I'm gonna try to drink from your glass.
And she hates that.
And she really was concerned during COVID because as a kid I would drink from people's drinks. But what it was my mom would drink coffee. I thought my mom was drinking coffee every morning.
But it wasn't?
It was hot chocolate. But I thought she was drinking. My mom doesn't drink coffee either. So I thought she was drinking. So every morning I would ask my mom for some of her coffee and she would let me drink it. And then I would drink some.
Coffee.
And I was like, I remember going to sleep. My mom lets me drink coffee. And then she was like, your mom wants to drink coffee. And I was like, and then so she like gave me some coffee. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is nasty as hell. And she's like, it's coffee. I was like, that's not coffee. That's not coffee. My mom makes us coffee.
My mom makes you real coffee.
My mom let me drink hot chocolate every morning. But my mom to this day, Jacob's heard it like, and please don't drink out of anyone's drinks. Please don't drink out of anyone's drinks. I'm like, well, I don't just go and drink out of people's drinks.
Do you want to acknowledge that?
Jacob, what do you want to say, Jacob?
I mean, she's not 100% wrong.
She's not wrong.
No, I will drink from Jacob's drink.
Why are we drinking my drink? What I'm here? You're like, Monét, give me some.
I've seen you drink out of Nick's drink.
Patty's
drink.
Patty's drink.
I have a video of you drinking one of Nick's drinks on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say anything because I thought you were being. I was like, you know, you drink out of.
No, Monét. Okay, so Monét used to do this thing where she would bring over these really delicious ginger beers. You remember this?
I don't drink ginger.
Was it not you? Someone. It was. Maybe that was Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob would bring home these ginger beers, and I would always be like, or Monét would bring over like a lemonade or something. Or a drink, and I'd be like, and I always be like, can you bring two?
No, okay, not that time. So Bob had this rule to his house that anytime you come to his house, you're visiting, whatever, bring two of whatever you have.
If you're bringing something, bring two.
But for myself.
I'll pay you.
No, nigga, go to the store.
But if you're on the way, you're showing up with some stuff, bitch, bring two.
No.
I'll pay you. You're already there.
What if I can afford it?
Then call me and I'll Venmo you.
Back then, Venmo didn't exist.
Monét, you've always been able to afford two.
At 945 Amsterdam, Venmo didn't exist then.
You've always been able to afford two. Since I've known you, you've been able to afford two.
I can do both.
And Monét would just refuse to get two. And Monét just sit in my house looking at me eating food. And y'all know Monét got some smacking lips, honey. Smacking. And I'm like, bitch, bring two so we can both have some. I'm just watching you eat in my house. Monét is the bitch who always, this is only in New York City. She stopped it here. But Monét, back in the day, Monét, especially in New York, if Monét comes to your house, she is walking in the door with food.
Okay.
Monét walked in with food and then a cup full of ice and then a cup full of ice.
I love ice.
And then a drink in a bottle, and then she pours it in the cup of ice. And Monét always has this like aromatic food. Food. And just be eating in front of you. Didn't call away and say, I'm coming over. Do you want something?
Because oftentimes, Bob is not acknowledging, I would have to make the trek from Brooklyn. So it was like a 2-hour journey, bitch. I got hungry on the way to your house. I was coming from work.
But if you're coming to me, bitch, I'm hungry too.
How do I know you're hungry?
Call me and ask me. I'm watching this bitch eat. And I never know what Monet's pouring these cups. It comes from one cup to another cup.
Patty
It's
was
just lemonade or something.
Patty was yesterday. We had Prince Street Pizza here. Have you had it?
I don't know what that is.
It's this one in New York, Prince Street Pizza. They make those like square pizzas with like all the pepperonis on it.
This guy I talked to on Instagram sometime and in person, a friend. He posted a picture of like some really delicious looking pizza. It was like I was like, what is this?
Probably Prince Street.
No, they were in triangles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I miss Coronet pizza.
Oh my God, by your house, the huge slices.
Oh, I miss Coronet pizza. It was so good.
Did you ever take Jacob to Coronet?
Yeah.
Oh, did you like it, Jacob?
I liked how big the slices were.
Work. But honestly, it's also pizza. Like how much can you mix up with pizza?
I mean, I've had some bad pizza. Some of the dollar pizza in New York City is pretty bad.
I never had dollar pizza.
You've never had dollar pizza?
I mean, no, because I.
How have you lived in New York City for over 10 years and never had dollar pizza?
Over 10 years, bitch. Over 20 years. I was born in New York City.
But your timeline is getting.
I was born in New York City. I went to St. Lucia. Came back when I was 9. So I was there from 9 until 30. What? 30.
What about the whole in Atlanta?
That was a year. I was back to Atlanta. Oh my God, full circle. So in Atlanta, that's that year I lived with June, and they realized June was crazy as hell. And then I went to live in New York. I don't know why I went back there.
To New York or to Atlanta?
No, I don't know why I went back to that city.
I don't know why you went back either. But I can't believe you never had dollar pizza. That's wild.
It's $1. Why am I buying? It cannot be good.
Just to try it, Monét. I don't know. Whenever someone says, "Why would I do that?" That's not a good answer. That's not a good. Why would I?
But really, why? When I know there's Coronet, I know there's all good pizza. Why do I waste $1 on pizza?
I don't know how to answer it. The reason why I hate that question, my brother used to say that a lot.
You mean
because
the answer?
The question, why would I?
Oh, got it.
Because there's no way to answer that question. Like if my brother, if I noticed my brother did something, I thought if I suspected that my brother, when we used to live together, we were roommates in college. If I suspected that Justin did something I thought was ridiculous, I'm like, Justin, did you like leave the bologna on the counter? And he go, why would I leave the bologna on the counter? Why would I leave that's stupid. Why would I leave the bologna on the counter? I'm like, I can't answer that question.
Well, I think it's answering because the question is silly to that person.
But also if I'm like,
because I'm like, as a function, why would I leave bologna in the counter? I would put it in the fridge.
But if I'm saying to Justin, we're the only two folks who live in this house. And I didn't leave the bologna on the counter. So I'm asking, did you leave? So just say no. Or why would you eat dollar pizza? Because it's just a lot of New Yorkers eat dollar pizza. Like it's pretty common for most New Yorkers. Have you ever had dollar pizza, Jacob?
Yes.
It's people who are not from New York. People who are from New York do not eat dollar pizza. If you're from New York and you eat dollar pizza, comment below because
have you ever had it? I've tried dollar pizza. I don't eat it very often, but I've had dollar pizza. But typically speaking, I would go to Gotham Pizza. It was $2.50 a slice, but it was really delicious. Or I go to Mama's.
Oh, Mama's, my old apartment,
106 in Amsterdam
was it, and I used to have the biggest crush on the guy there.
The big one. Yeah. Or I go to Coronet, which was like I think $8 a slice, but it was a massive piece of pizza.
Yeah, Mama's Pizza was so good, and this was the place. We said this on the podcast. They would deep fry anything.
Yeah, deep fry anything.
They had deep fried Oreos, deep fried Nutter Butters. Or
if you bring it to them, they'll just deep fry it for like $1.50.
A shoe.
Probably. I never asked them to deep fry a shoe, but they probably would do one if we asked them to. Nice enough. They deep fried a peanut butter and jelly sandwich one time. Don't recommend it.
It was a good salty.
No, it just I don't know how to describe it. The taste changes completely.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't even taste like a PB&J anymore.
Interesting.
I don't even know how to describe it. The whole thing. They dip it in Zeppeli sauce.
Mm-hmm. And they fry it.
Not sauce. Zeppeli batter. And then they deep fry it. Snickers.
What'd you just call Jacob?
A Snicker. Oreos were the best.
Yeah, Oreos.
Zeppeli Oreos are really delicious.
I used to really indulge when I used to come to your house. That was a mess.
And wouldn't buy two. Monét would also stop by. Monét would stop by the Mama's Pizza but right beneath my home, and then show up upstairs with pizza. And then I would have to go downstairs instead of Monét just bringing up or saying, "Hey, meet me at Mama's."
Also, my favorite thing was Bob's, especially at 945 Amsterdam. His apartment was very small. And Bob would just have like money everywhere. So every time I would go to his house, I would pick up money. I'm like, I'm gonna take this. Like, Monét, Money around my apartment does not belong to you.
No, when they would say this is when they would say, she go, "Oh my God, I found $5," and I say, "You did not find $5. You stole $5. You can't." I said, "You can't find $5 in my house, bitch. You stole $5."
If I would just have money everywhere, if I would have
I
dollars,
lived alone.
5, 10, 20s everywhere, it would be all over your apartment everywhere.
Well, I lived alone. Monet.
Must be fucking nice just to have money just all over your apartment.
I paid my rent with it.
Yeah, but it wasn't like some change. It would be like $60 over here, $100 over here. It was wild.
Monet, you know, our paychecks were like, after a full month of work, we get like a $100 paycheck, and most of our pay was in cash. So that's why I had cash for my apartment and the drugs I was selling. Also, the drugs I was selling.
Did I ever tell you what I was doing when I was moving across the country? Did I ever tell you the story? I was moving across the country. You know, drag queens, we have we have cash, we have tips and drug money. This is back on now, you know. Well, anyway.
And just to be clear, when we say drug money, we're something they just call large amounts of cash drug money. We don't, yeah. And then so, except when Monét does buy her weed, that is actually drug money. But
I buy from the dispensary because I live in out.
It's still drug money. What makes it drug? If you ever heard of lunch money? You ever heard of lunch money? If you spend money on lunch, bitch, it's lunch money.
Anyways,
if you spend money on drugs, it's drug money.
When I was moving from New York to here, and I have, I just have cash, but I knew that the legal amount was $10,000 that you can like fly with safely. I like looked it up. I was like, okay. So I'm like traveling and
not traveling.
I was traveling and I'm going through TSA, right? And I put it all in my carry-ons. I'm not gonna put this in my suitcase. Right. Next time someone like opens, they jack my thing and then someone takes this. I have it in my backpack.
They jack your thing? Oh my God. TSA is getting wild.
So I go to the thing and then it goes on the belt and it goes through the thing to get checked. I'm like, oh God. So then they pull my thing. They're like, well, do you have any liquids in there? No liquids. They're like, okay, we'll just go ahead and check. And then they pull out. I had it in a Ziploc bag inside of another bag. And they pulled out the thing. They're like, what's in here? I was like, just some money. And they were like this is like a brick of money. And they're like, money. I was like, yeah, I work. I have my own business, and I just haven't had a chance to go to the bank yet. And they're like, how much money is it? I was like, $9,997.
Was that really how much it was?
No, it was probably it was roughly that, maybe like a give or take. And then they were like, so then he looks at me, I look at him, he's like,
I look at him, and he looks at me.
And he's like, that's how much. I was like, yeah. He was like, give me 1 second. He comes back with another person. They're like, what's going on here? I was like, oh, this is some cash. I just haven't gotten a chance to go to the bank. They're like, how much is here? I'm like, $9,998. And they're like,
not you snuck in $1 when it was gone.
Like, that's exactly how much is here. I was like, yeah. And they're like, Rachel, come over. Yeah, he has cash, a lot of cash. And I was like, oh my God. So now there are 4 fucking TSA people looking at my bag, and I'm like, oh my God. Because I knew it was more than $10,000. I was like, I'm going to go to fucking jail. I didn't know what the repercussions were.
But you don't go to jail. They just alert people.
Okay. And then, now they're all looking at me. So then, how much you have here? And I was like, $9,999. It's my bag. They pick it up, they look at it, and then they all look at each other, and then they're like, okay, and they let me go. But bitch, when I tell you I was sweating, I didn't know what happens. I was like, are they gonna arrest me? I didn't know what would happen. I was so scared.
So at banks, if you put in more than $10,000, they alert the IRS. And I think if you travel with more than that, then they alert someone. They alert like the drugs administration or something, just to let you know that this person has a lot of money. So in case it is for drugs, I think, but it might be the IRS there too.
Bitch, I was so scared. I was sweating.
The thing about my TSA, my wig went through.
No,
girl, the TSA even posted this. My wig goes through the thing.
Did you have it in like a bag?
It was in a bag, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
My wig goes through a thing, and then they're like, "What is this?" And I said, "It's a wig." They go, "What else is this?" I said, "It's just a wig."
What hair was it? What wig was
it? It was just my hair snatched back with a donut on it, with some pins in it, with a wig on that.
Got it.
So like my ponytail.
Got it.
What is this? It's a wig. No, but like what else? It's just a wig and like pins and stuff in the wig, but it's just a wig. We gotta run it through again. They run it through again. Now there are 2 agents, same story. What is this? I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, it's literally, it's just a wig. So they bring over this woman who, I'm telling you, I am not kidding. She looks exactly like Leslie Jones.
Word.
This is just not famous Leslie Jones. She works at the TSA at LAX. I promise you. Over on the pre-check side. So she holds up the wig and she goes, "What is this?"
Is she holding the actual wig?
She's holding my wig in her hand.
Okay.
Jacob, you can probably if you Google Bobby Drag Queen TSA, you'll probably find it. And I go, "It's a wig." And then she goes, "No, this ain't just a wig." I said, "It is just a wig." And she goes, "I'm a black woman. I know what a wig is."
Ooh.
And I said, "Well, I know what a wig is too." And you're holding a wig. And she was. That is the picture of a TSA show. And TSA reposted it. My wig. And she was grilling me about this wig. I'll never forget her being like, "I'm a black woman. I know what a wig is." I was like, "Bitch, I know what a fucking wig is too." Obviously, you don't know what a wig is.
And that's what happened.
And then they dismantled my entire wig.
The reason why you did not.
Exactly. Why it was. They took the ponytail off the wig. They took the pins out of the bun. They took. Do you see it?
Yeah,
let me see.
The post was in reference to the winner of season 8 Barbershop. Not the tag. We heard you walk. This is what they said. It's
Oh
like
yeah, it was the caption that really gathered.
The official TSA Instagram says, "We heard you walked." We heard you walk first through our security checkpoints. No tea, no shade. And we sure hope you had a pleasant experience. But when it comes to security, we do what needs to be done to keep you safe. At times, our officers may ask passengers to undergo additional screening, such as letting a wig out the bag to be run separately. This could be to resolve an alarm or as part of other security measures. Now, Shantae, you can stay. Thanks for your patience, hilarity, talent, and humility. Keep racking up them freaking flyer miles, baby. I added a baby.
Let me see this again. And bitch, the picture should be on screen. When I tell you
that is so annoying. I'll be so mad.
Dismantled my wig. I was undone. Unfucking
the
done.
caption. You know, it was some queen back there like, no.
Because I was live tweeting the whole thing. I was like, "Oh my God, now this lady's here." Now, because it was also a week after Bianca got pulled over.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Pulled over.
Bianca
got sidelined for having a wig.
Yeah, that's always my biggest fear. That's why I always put in my suitcase. I'm like, if I have like a precious wig that I want to not get fucked, I would fucking go wild. I would be so fucking mad.
And I just had the wig style because sometimes I think there's a video of me on my YouTube page where I show my wig process kind of during my makeup tutorial. I put on a wig, I pull the wig up, I put it in a ponytail, I put a donut over that, I put a wig on top of that, I pin that all in, and then I usually put a wig on that.
Yeah.
That's usually how I do my hair. And I was trying to save a step, but not fucking TSA, girl.
It's also important to note that in the TSA Instagram post, they spelled Shantae incorrectly.
Well, they spell it like a black girl's name.
Oh, work. How do they spell it?
Shante.
With an accent over the E. That's a black girl just spelling it.
Shantae.
I
know Shantae.
Shantae.
Did you know Shantae growing up? I think I knew a few Shantaes.
Yeah, definitely knew Shantaes. Yeah.
I knew a diamond.
Bob, this has been a great episode. This is the one. It's another one without a topic.
I'm going to call it the one about moms.
The one about moms. Mother's Day is coming up soon. Let's save it for that. So if you're watching this, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you.
I think we might need to air before Mother's Day. I think we might need to air. Oh my God.
I hate when dudes clap like that. When like did I again like, yeah, son. Yeah.
This is
boy.
too much. You're like banging me up against this. Madness.
I hate straight dudes. Unless they're like, fucking me.
All right. On that note, thank you so much.